Hello, parents. My name is Bryson Melvin. I'm a freshman here at SFA. My major is sports business, and I'm here to talk about the social development from birth through middle school of children. Social development, that's the way a child learns and interacts with others, builds relationships, and understand societal rules and just how they are as a person in society around people in communities. It impacts a lot of things. It impacts learning, it impacts cooperation, how they will be in the workplace, how they feel for someone, and the emotional support that they can be for someone in their own emotional well-being. So the first age group we'll be talking about are infants and toddlers from birth to 2 years old. You should expect an infant to form connections and attachments to whoever is giving them care, whoever is there for them, showing them joy, emotions, and those engaging in daily life with them with love. Parents should be you guys should be very consistent with your child, being there when they need you, loving them, giving them the love that they need, making sure you're continuing to just be a positive role model for them and just showing them the way that they should be, the way they should live, and giving them those key principles. The next age, preschool age, 2 to 6 years old, you should expect the child to, take strides of their own, try to make friends, and just learn to share with others and just learning to be in a community setting. Children at this time are starting to understand rules, starting to understand life in general by just the little things around the house, watching movies with family, watching TV. Even those little things, they're learning from that and just learning how you're supposed to be in school. Like a lot of kids shows, they'll have a bully, they'll have someone that's being bullied, and then they'll have someone who stands up for the person who's being bullied. So just little things like that, doing what's right, knowing what's right. They'll start just to take strides and grow as children. And, of course they'll play, children will be kids. Children will be children. Kids will be kids. Of course, they're not going to do everything right, but, they're trying to explore on their own. That's when they're trying to explore on their own. As a parent, from the research that I've done, parents should just continue to love on their child. You should encourage the cooperative play with other children to learn how to be in a team setting, be in a workplace setting, to learn, even though they're very young, they're still learning these things and understanding these things. As a parent, you continue to model good behavior, because the more good behavior you model, the more they see the good behavior. The children will see the good behavior and be like, oh, okay, that's what I'm supposed to do. So naturally, they'll be doing the right things. And you should also continue to praise kindness. Praising kindness is very important, because children who are very kind and empathetic for others, and they're nice, and they really get along with people, they understand that love is needed for everyone, even people who are mean to each other, even people who's mean to someone, who's bullying someone. Love is needed for everyone, because the only reason why that person is being mean, the only reason why that person is bullying someone, is because someone did it to them, and they think that that's okay. So, just fighting, you can't fight fire with fire, you have to fight fire with water. So, fire with air. So, just showing the kids the right way, showing children the right way. some examples that I would give for the encouragement of cooperative play, I would say, play dates with friends, even if the child has family members, cousins, like just being around those tight-knit friendships and loves and bonds that they can make will really help them in the long run. I myself wasn't able to have that with any of them. Like I didn't have any friends when I was younger, really. My cousins, I moved in the third grade, so I moved away from them. So I was really never able to see them. We didn't have phones, so we couldn't text each other, call each other. So I wasn't able to see them again from the third grade till I was about the ninth grade. So that's 6-7 years that I've been removed from my family members. So everyone changes. So those tight-knit family relationships, those friendships that turn into, that's my brother, that's my sister, like those type of friendships, those continue to keep the child strong and secure, and it gives them a sense of security with people, and it shows them that they're able to trust someone. They have someone in their corner that they can trust at all times. And I feel like that's very important for kids as they grow up. The next topic will be the elementary, middle school kids. You should expect your children to develop stronger peer relationships, and they should care about social acceptance more. I feel like it's very normal. Everybody wants to be accepted. No one wants to be an outcast. Everyone wants to be accepted in some way, shape, or form. So just being able to grow up in the middle school era, going into middle school, everyone's getting older, people are starting to mature, everyone is starting to get this sense of, I'm getting older, so I should be able to do this, and that. So, certain kids want to be, everybody wants to be accepted. Everybody wants to be liked. Everyone wants to have friends. And I feel like from the research that I've done, and when I look at it, these friends and these relationships that are made in middle school, they can be good and bad. In middle school, in early high school is where kids are peer pressured because they're doing something because a group of people are pressuring them to do it. So it makes them kind of, feel like they have to do it because somebody wants them to do it, when really you don't. You just be yourself. And I feel like that's an obstacle, that's some adversity every kid goes through. And I feel like I went through that phase in my life when I was a younger kid. But then I grew out of it, and I am the young man I am today. And I feel like what made a big impression and what really helped me understand that was my older brother. My older brother would talk to me. He was in high school while I was in middle school, so he would be able to talk to me and help me understand. I feel like it was very important. That was very important for me. It was a very important section of my life. Also in this age range, 7 to 12, 7 to 13, 7 to 14, teaching teaching the children how to continue to just be kind and respect elders. I feel like respecting elders is a huge thing that goes unnoticed sometimes. People don't really put a emphasis on it like it should be. Respecting elders, because if you respect your elders in school, you're gonna respect your teachers. If you have people in your school who are older than you in older grades, you're still gonna respect them because they're older. They might not be the boss of you. They might not be able to tell you, oh, do this, do that, send you to the principal's office, but they're still able to they have somewhat a little bit more knowledge than you, but I feel like at the same time that's a double-edged sword because an older kid could tell a younger kid to do something and it could be bad. So it's just discernment. Discernment is a huge part that's needed, and just continuing to understand what's right and what's wrong, and just trying your hardest to do what's right at all times. Here, parents should just stay involved. You should stay involved with your kids. Even though your kids might not seem like they need you more than you know. And I feel like my father and my mother did a great job at continuing to be in my life and be there with me while I was in middle school, while I was early high school, growing up, because it shaped the person that I am. And it just made me understand that a lot of people, they don't have the love and the guidance that I had. So I was very grateful for it, and I cherish the guidance that I have. So those principles that my mom and my dad taught me when I was younger, I still have those and I hold those close. Those are principles that won't go away. Those are things that I continue to do even though I'm not around my mother and my father all the time. You should, some examples of just getting kids involved at this age and helping them work through adversity and just work through those things. Just being a kid would be getting them involved in sports and understanding, helping kids understand bullying, and then respectful communication. I feel like that's a very huge one that needs to be emphasized more. Respectful communication, even if you're talking to your little sister, your little brother, or somebody that you might not like a lot. You might not like someone. So just being respectful either way, I feel like that's a major thing that needs to happen to everyone. I feel like I always keep the golden rule in mind. Treat someone how you want to be treated. So I feel like that's a very huge part, is the respectful communication. I got all this information from Pearson Education, and I also pulled some things from the Center of Disease Control and Prevention, your child's development. So during this project, I really thought about how I would treat my children, how I would treat my little sister, how I would treat my little cousin, how I would treat my nephew. So as a person talking to parents, I put myself in your shoes, parents. I put myself in your body. I put myself in your mind. I felt like I was a parent while I was doing this and just talking to other parents. So I just appreciate your time, parents, and I just hope that you just take heed this information and just continue being great parents all around. Have a nice day. See you later, parents. Ask them.